Objective question 12 for private candidates. The question says we should solve the equation. Let me do a division so that we will not get stuck. 5 into bracket x minus 2 minus 8 into bracket x minus 1 is equal to 3x minus 10. So that's the equation. And we have to solve the equation, meaning we have to find the value of x. So in our first step, we are going to expand the bracket. 5 times x is 5x, minus 5 times 2 is 10, minus 8 times x is 8x. There is a negative here and another negative. So negative 8 multiplied by this negative 1 will give us positive 8, which is equal to the right hand side 3x minus 10. Now 5x minus 8x will give us negative 3x. Then negative 10 plus 8 will give us negative 2 is equal to 3x minus 10. We then group like terms. This negative 3x will be transposed to the right hand side to become positive, and this negative 10 will be transposed to the left hand side to become positive, which means we will be getting negative 2 plus 10. This one has been transposed. Then 3x will be this one will be transposed to the right hand side, getting positive 3x. Negative 2 plus 10 is 8, which is equal to 3x plus 3x is 6x. If we want to get x, we divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 6. So 8 divided by 6 is equal to 6x divided by 6. This 6 will cancel 6 here. Then a common factor of 2 will go into 6, 3, and the same factor will go into 8, 4. So our final value for x will be equal to 4 out of 3. Objective question 14 for private candidates. The question says we should solve the inequality. Let me also divide this inequality 2 less or equal to 1/3 into bracket 2x minus 5 less or equal to 3. 2 less or equal to 1/3 into bracket 2x minus 5 less or equal to 3. Now, in such a question where we have two inequalities, we have 3 sides. There is one side, another side, and also another side. So we treat this as sides instead of treating them as terms. So the first step, we have a least common denominator of 3 or a least common multiple of 3. So we multiply through the sides we have. So first of all, 3 times 2 less or equal to 3 times 1/3 to bracket 2x minus 5 less or equal to 3 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6, so less or equal to 3 will cancel 3. Then we have 2x minus 5 less or equal to 3 times 3 is 9. Now we want to make x the subject at the middle here. So what we have to do is to transpose this to the other side. So what we will do to get rid of this is to add positive 5. To get rid of negative 5, you have to add positive 5. That's the negative of this negative 5. So we add positive 5 to all the sides. That means we will get 6 plus 5 here, less or equal to 2x minus 5. When you add the 5 to this, it will give you 0, meaning we have gotten rid of the 5. Should be less or equal to 9 plus 5. And whatever you are doing, you have to do to all the sides, the 3 sides we have here. 6 plus 5 will give us 11. Then this will turn 0. So we have 2x here, less or equal to 9 plus 5 is 14. 14. Again, we want to make x the subject at the middle. To do that, we have to divide all the 3 sides by 2. We are dividing all the 3 sides by 2, giving us 11 out of 2, less or equal to 2x out of 2, less or equal to 14 out of 2. 11 out of 2 will give 5.5. Then less or equal to 2 can cancel 2. Now we have our x at the middle, less or equal to 2 into 14 is 7, and 2 into itself is 1. So at that place we have 7. And this will be the inequality that we are looking for. Objective question 38 for private candidates. The question says, if 15% of a number, let me divide this, 15% of a number m is equal to r. So 15% over 100 of a number m is equal to r. It continues, what is y percent of m? So what we are looking for is y percent of m. That's what you have been asked to search for. So coming to this place, or I can continue from this side, 15% of m. What we are going to do is that we'll pick this first equation here and make m the subject. Afterwards, we do a substitution of m into the second equation. Let me name them equation 1 and equation 2, although the second one is not complete. So 15 divided by 100 m is equal to r. Making m the subject, we can do cross multiplication, meaning that this 100 will cross to the other side, cross multiplication, and 15 can also come down. Then the m will stand alone. Then we will have m is equal to 100 r divided by 15. We did a cross multiplication, so 100 multiplied by the r, and the 15 will come down and multiply whatever we have over here, which is 1. So 1 times 15 is the same thing. 15 goes into 100. 15 will not give us a value for 100, but we believe that 5 into 15 is 3, and 5 into 100 is 20. And the value of m will be 20r divided by 3. Now we are asked to find y percent of m. So that one will be y percent of m, and m is 20r over 3. In simplification, 0 can cancel 0, 2 itself, 2 will cancel 10, 5, or 2 is a factor for 10, so 2 into 10 is 5. Then we continue. Y times r, we are going to get ry divided by 5 times 3 is going to result 15. So the answer will be RY over 15. Theory question 7A for senior high school candidates. The question says, if U is equal to 1 minus 3V divided by VT minus W, 1 minus 3V divided by VT minus W, we should make T the subject of the relation. This relation we have been given, we should make T the subject. So first of all, we have to identify the location of T. It is in the second term. This is the first term, second term of the right hand side. This is the right hand side, and also at the denominator side. You have to bring in all skills to help you to make this the subject. So with this, first of all, since T is within the second term, we will transpose the one which is not part of where T is to the left hand side. And that one is positive, so it will become negative. Getting SU minus 1 is equal to negative 3V divided by VT minus W, as we have here. And to continue, we can do cross multiplication so that the denominator which contains the T will now become a numerator. Then we will continue from there. So as a principle, this one will go there, and cross multiplication, the U minus 1 will also come here. Obviously this is divided by 1, so we will maintain that. And we get VT minus W is equal to negative 3V divided by U minus 1, as we have here. Here we did cross multiplication. This crossed to the left hand side, and what we have at the left hand side also crossed to the right hand side to become the denominator. Alright, now when you look at the left hand side, we have two terms, VT minus W. So we will send the W to the right hand side so that we will have only the term with the T. By so doing, we get VT is equal to, when negative W is transposed to the right hand side, it becomes positive. So W minus 3V divided by U minus 1. So you have there. Alright. Now before we divide by V to get T, let's try to simplify what we have at the right hand side. So you can get VT is equal to, the least common denominator is U minus 1. U minus 1. We have U minus 1, and here is divided by 1. So obviously 1 and this is the U minus 1. Then 1 goes into U minus 1 is U minus 1. Then we multiply that one by the W. So W into bracket U minus 1. Let me extend this. Then U minus 1 into U minus 1 is 1. Then we'll be left with minus 3V, as we have over there. Now, we want to find T. So in our next step, we are going to divide both sides of the equation by V. By so doing, you get VT divided by V is equal to W into brackets U minus 1 minus 3V divided by V into brackets U minus 1. V will cancel V. Then we have T is equal to W into brackets U minus 1 minus 3V divided by V into brackets U minus 1. So now, the value for T which we're asked to find is u into bracket w into bracket u minus 1 minus 3v divided by v into bracket u minus 1.